How's it going, guys? Today I'm baking a chocolate cake with cheesecake pudding. It's something new. I've never tried it. Gonna see how it comes out. But my goal is for this one is to make it with 0 grams of sugar. I do have other people trying it that need to watch their sugar intake, so we'll see how it comes out. Let me go ahead and show you guys what I have going on. All right, so as the pudding frosting, I'm going to be using 2 packs of 0 sugar Jell-O cheesecake. So this is the nutrition facts on the Jell-O cheesecake: 0 grams of sugar. And then we move over to the cake mix. So it's 0 sugar, moist, supreme premium cake mix, devil's food. So we go on to the nutrition side. We have 0 grams of sugar. All right. Does ask for 1 1/4 cups of water, 1/2 cup of oil, 3 eggs. So with this, I'm gonna substitute it with some yogurt. Now let's get onto that. So this is 60 calories, 12 grams of protein, Chobani 0 sugar, Greek yogurt vanilla flavor. I like Greek yogurt better than the regular one. That's why I went with this flavor, or this brand. And the nutrition facts. Here we go. There we go. 0 grams of sugar. So far, so good. We got eggs, oil, it's a butter flavor spray. And these are some of the utensils I'm going to be using. All right. Well, let's see how it goes. Okay, I am placing you guys on the stove right now, so it's a little tricky. Think I got it. All right, I think that looks good. Let's get started. So let's start off by making the Jell-O Jell-O pudding frosting mix. All right, I had to grab another bowl for the frosting mix. Let's go ahead and move the other stuff to the side. So for this, it asks for 2 cups of fat-free milk. So for the 2 cups, I am going to replace it with some yogurt. All right, let's get started with adding the powder in. All right, so we go ahead and get our 2 cups of yogurt. Alright, so I forgot to grab a spatula. So, kind of lost my place where I was before I went to the grocery store. Last thing I remember was putting in 2 packets of pudding. So it requires, let's see, 2 cups of cold fat-free milk. So I'm just gonna use 4 cups of yogurt, Greek yogurt, in replacement of the 4 cups of fat-free milk. So I already got started with one of them. So each one looks like is about 3/4 of a cup. So we'll just go ahead and get, I think it's like 2 full ones and then half of a third one. So I'm doing the math right. Alright, so where are we at? We are at almost 1.5 cups. Okay, go ahead and so what I'm doing is trying to level it out. See if I got close to, and I do, 2 cups. All right, let's go ahead and put that off to the side. Actually, let me move these guys over too. All right. So we put our 2 cups, 2 cups in, and I gotta get 2 more cups in. right, so that's our 4 cups. Alright, I'm going to put this off to the side. I ain't going to be using it again. I'm going to be putting the same yogurt in for the cake mix. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and get it mixed up. So that's how it looks like, the 4 cups of yogurt and the 2 packs of pudding underneath. Alright, this is starting to become pretty difficult. It's very thick. Definitely need a break from this. I am going to go ahead and try the electric mixer on this one. Hopefully it doesn't break on me because it is pretty thick right now with yogurt instead of milk. Hopefully this electric whisker is pretty good. Hopefully you guys can see what's going on here. I'm just trying to make sure that it's not getting flung around and just getting mixed properly, because it is pretty thick and heavy just doing it by yourself. Alright, please don't put it on full speed, that's not good. Alright, so you're gonna want to scrape the sides so you get good mixture in. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and give it a taste test. Not bad. So I am going to put this off to the side for now because I do have this Xanthan gum, I think that's how you pronounce it. I might be using it to thicken up the pudding. All right, now let's get to the cake mix. So go ahead and open your cake mix. Mine is this one right here, Devil's Food, 0 sugar. And right here it's asking for a cup and 1/4 of water, which I'm going to replace with, it looks like one full one of these is 3/4, and then I have a little less than half in the other one. And with that much, I'll be adding the rest with Chobani oat milk. There you go, I put this down. So this is the nutrition facts. It's unsweetened. Do like oat milk. It does give it a nice taste, so that was my choice over silk or coconut and almond. Go ahead and put this off to the side. All right, so that's the cake mix. Now we're gonna go ahead and do the liquids. So grab your measuring cup and you go ahead and add the rest of the yogurt in. Yeah. There you go. All right, so from the looks of it, it's about 3/4 of yogurt, and it's asking for a cup and a fourth. So we'll just fill the rest up with coconut milk. All right, so that's how it looks like. Before I mix it in, let's go ahead and get that stirred. Let me go ahead and see if I can find a whisk. All right, so that's it right there. Thought it was gonna be a little thicker than that, but it's not. So we go ahead and pour that in. All right, so I do need a couple of these items I need to go wash, so I'll be back. All right, let's get to the next part. So the next step it's asking for is a cup of half oil. So I'm gonna be using vegetable oil. All right. So we add our cup. Okay, I messed up. I put in a cup and a half, or let's see what I messed up with. A cup and 1/4. So let's go ahead and pour that all out and try again. All right, so half cup of oil. And just put the rest off to the side. All right, now we get rid of the cup. Or the measuring cup. We're not going to be using that anymore. And now it's asking for 3 eggs. All right, I'm gonna go get my hands clean. Let's put the eggs to the side and let's start whisking it. Okay, so it's starting to come out pretty thick. So once I feel comfortable enough mixing some of the what's it called, the cake powder or cake mix, I'm going to switch over to the electric whisker. Okay. Now it's time for the electric mixer. Which one is it? Here we go. Try your best not to let it fling around. Alright, let's try something new here. See if I could do this again without flinging it everywhere. Okay, never mind. I think that's enough of that. Should probably get a bigger bowl, something a little taller. Okay, we put the electric mixer to the side. We don't need it anymore. So I think we're all set on the cake mix. So we're all set on this. Put that off to the side. And now we can spray our baking pan with some butter flavor spray. Now let's go get the oven turned on. It is asking for 34 to 38 minutes at 325. All right, let's go get our oven turned on. All right, now we're gonna let that preheat. Here we go. That's much better. So from the looks of it, the cake did come out a little thicker thanks to the help of the yogurt. Now you're gonna want to spread it around. Cool. All right, so let's go ahead and return some of the extra oil I didn't need. I guess this will have to do for now. Alright, so that's how the cake came out. Not bad. It did raise up, and then when it cooled down, it did drop in volume. There's a crack in the middle. That's fine. I'm gonna try to trim the top off and make it level. So let's go ahead and go on with that. So earlier I did take a serrated knife and went around the edges, try to break it loose. I'm gonna try to flip it over and see if I can plop it on my hand. So I don't think that's going to work. Let's try out the other method. All right. That went pretty well. So what I'm thinking of is trimming off the top, making it level, and then cutting it down in the middle so I could fill it with some of the less thicker pudding filling. All right, let's see how this turned out. So it's a little gooey in the center. It's all right though. So we're gonna save that for later. Now let's cut it in half. All right, let me grab a container for the top half. All right, hopefully I could do this without breaking it apart. That worked out great. It's a little uneven, but that's okay. All right, so I'm gonna do with the top half is used as a crumble, like topping for decoration. I don't think I'm going to use all of it. Just probably half, maybe less than half. So let's put the other half in a different container right now. What can I get? All right, I like this container. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up because I will be using this tray. Okay, I think that's much better. So what we're gonna do is take the bottom half, place it back in the container. Now with the filling, you're gonna wanna go ahead and just put a layer on the bottom half. Okay, so that's the cheesecake pudding, the one that's not as thick as the frosting. So that's the first layer. Now we're gonna put the top half on it. So here comes the tricky part, is getting this thin layer of cake on top. Give me a second, I gotta think about this. All right. Thinking about just flipping it really quick and hoping for the best. Okay. All right, that went well. Okay. Let's go ahead and pat it down. So there we go. You can see some of the filling right underneath that. So now we're gonna want to get the thicker mix, the one with the Xanthan gum, and we're gonna use that as the as the how do you say it, frosting. So it's a little hard to spread out. I am putting dollops in certain areas and gonna try to spread out, see if I need to add some more from there. So the frosting mix wasn't enough. I'm gonna use the rest of the filling to finish the rest of it. So I do need to make some more. So once again, Xanthan scum. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. Let's go ahead and put this off to the side. It's not even much this time. So probably that amount should be good. All right, I'm so starting to see it thicken up. It's that quick. Okay, now we grab our cake. All right, so that's how it turned out. Not bad looking. All right, and now let's go for decoration. Let's get that out of the way. So it's not gonna be much, it's gonna be a little bit off the top that I'm just gonna crumble up and sprinkle on top. Alright, I got too ahead of myself. So, you're gonna take your crumbs, sprinkle it on top. Alright, and that's the final look of it. So that's how you make a cake with, let's say, chocolate devil food cake with 0 sugar and with 0 sugar cheesecake frosting. Alright, I'm back. I ended the video too quick. I forgot to give you guys the macros, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you it. Alright, so that's the finished product. There's 9 servings in the whole cake. And here are the macro in the name. So total the cake is 1,416 calories, 86 grams of carbs, and 122 grams of protein. And each one is 157 calories, 9.5 grams of carbs, and 13.5 grams of protein. Still trying to figure out the name, so you're probably going to hear different versions of it throughout the video, but this is what I have. 0 sugar devil's food cake with 0 sugar cheesecake pudding frosting. Here we go. So that's the end product. All right, you guys, thank you for staying tuned. Please like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more.